Well, this is day 9, 44 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm in Texas. Forgot the name of the town. Denton. Denton, Texas. The first order of the day is get some water into my body. I got potassium, calcium, 1 aspirin, and some probiotic here. Because, you know, these jobs, you sit all the time inside the truck. It's not a healthy environment. Now where I want to end up today is in Houston, Texas, and I want to go to Flying J there because it's about 27 miles from the port of Houston, because the port itself is closed today. Now I need to make sure this is the right one, because I want the one that's on the northern part of Houston, and the way to do that, they don't give you an address here, but I can see the phone number 893-0423. Yeah, and that's the one that's I found in my truck directory, because they also list phone numbers. Yeah, you see 26 kilometers, or actually, oh, that's from the city center, so like 50 miles. Fastest route, and it's 431 kilometers, so like basically just over 4 hours of travel, so that should be like 250 miles on I-35. And then see, this is either 3D, or I like this better when it shows you actually where you're going: south, west, east, north. All right, let's start. 's truck stop in Fairfield, Texas. This is my first stop after I started the day, and I wanted to shoot Dallas as I was passing there, but my flip camcorder, this one over here, just died, you know. The battery probably didn't want to charge. Hold on. Oh, I like, you know, how you can flip on. This is my Panasonic, and I just flip the display towards me so I can see what's it showing, you know, which is really great for when you shoot yourself, you know. But basically, yeah, that's the drawback of this flip. Even though most of my movies you saw on my channel, I made them with this little camcorder. What's great about this is that it's so light, you know, so when I connect it to my this windshield thing, it doesn't jump up and down, because I tried it with this camcorder, with the Panasonic, and it's much heavier, and it just, you know, shakes too much, and then the picture is basically not usable. But this one, you cannot, you know, charge it. There's no charger. It only charges from the USB thingy here. And normally when I upload movies to my laptop, I can see the light goes red, and then after a while it turns itself off. That means that this thing is charged, and that's what happened yesterday. But I probably recorded like, I don't know, 30 minutes worth of video, and then I compressed them into like 20 minutes. That was my day 8, I think, right? Yesterday, Saturday. And I already could see how I could use that dash cam that's waiting for me at home. You know, the one I told you guys about, the one that I just bought on Amazon.ca. And because that one, it'll roll all the time, and it'll have a power supply cord. So I think it does have a battery, but you know, for day-to-day operation, so it'll be much more reliable. And yesterday I ran into a situation where I could really have used the dash cam. So what happened was that I got a refresher course in defensive driving, and normally I don't do this, but this guy created such a bad, you know, extremely dangerous situation. I really got, you know, scared the shit out of me. I cannot say, you know, I cannot use other words, because, you know, it was really, I was sure this guy was gonna hit my trailer. He was merging from a parking area, you know, one of those where you see a sign just says truck parking. There's no washroom, nothing, just a paved parking lot. And the ramp, this was I-35, just south of Oklahoma, and the ramp was so short, and was like, I'm going like this in the curb lane, and this guy just, you know, flies on the ramp with total disregard for the traffic. And I look at, you know, ahead, and I see that his ramp just ends, you know, basically just seconds away. And there's cars on my left, there's nothing I can do. And I'm like, cruise control is set for 56 miles per hour. Like, I swear to God, like the speed limit is 70. I'm driving slowly, you know, minding my own business. Both hands on the wheel, you know, paying attention. This guy flies out of there because there were trucks parked on his side, so I couldn't see him. And the ramp is like really curved, you know, so it's really hard to see trucks, especially when they don't know how to merge. So fuck, I just, you know, thanks God for my air horn. I pulled and I kept at it for like 10 seconds. So I had to scare that guy, you know, into finally noticing me. And, you know, my truck is bright yellow. I had the strobe lights going on the roof, right? I have an oversized load, which means that I have a bright yellow sign up in the front and in the rear. Well, he cannot see the one in the rear, but he could probably see the one in the front, you know. And I have flags all over the place. So if you cannot see me, you're legally blind. That's what I'm trying to say. So basically, I was sure this guy would hit my trailer, you know, because he was passing, and I'm really like tensed, waiting for that collision. And thanks God it didn't happen. You know, he went to the right, he started braking, like, but what a fucking idiot, I'm telling you. So he scared me so bad, is that normally I don't do this, but, you know, you guys should know that, you know, when you scare people so bad, sooner or later there'll be some kind of a hero who would come along and report you to your company, you know, because this guy, there'll be a day when he or she will kill either himself or the people on the road, you know. It was that bad, I'm serious. So basically, that's what they mean by defensive driving. You know, even if you're a safe driver and you do everything right, that does not mean that you'll be alive tomorrow, because there's all kinds of people that don't know how to drive, don't pay attention. I don't know, for all I know, that guy maybe smoked a joint in that parking lot, you know, and he just flies in. Kind of like, you know, what reminded me, that kind of merging, what I see, you know, when deer cross the road, they don't look at cars and trucks, they just fly into the traffic, basically praying to God that no one will hit them, and they want to get to the other side of the interstate. So that's what this guy was doing. So I noted the make and model of his truck, and this was a reefer trailer. I noted the color, right, and then I keep driving at 56 miles per hour, and of course I have a 35,000 pound load on my trailer, right? So, you know, braking, I'm like a train. I cannot stop like in half a second. I'm just, you know, remembering this, and I'm still kind of a bit shaky, even though it happened yesterday. But I'm just thinking, well, like, really, you know, you can be doing everything right, and then some kind of an idiot basically can end your life, you know? Because I remember there was a writer for Truck News, like he was a trucker too, and he was writing stories for Truck News in Canada, and like his picture was there, and then one day I opened the magazine and I see a story, kind of like, you know, a memorial about this trucker saying that he was killed in a head-on collision. Like he was driving somewhere and basically on one of those crazy Highway 11, 17, you know, Northern Ontario. It's not an interstate, there's 2 lanes. And someone just smashed right into him, you know. So basically what I did is, what I felt I had to do, just, you know, to save maybe some lives, I was watching this guy in my mirror, because I saw him, basically he got scared probably too, so I was watching him in my mirror, and then when he was passing me, I noted the name of his company, and of course in big numbers you see the unit number, and that's all you need. And then when I shut down for the night, I just googled the name of his company, and right away I saw that this company was from Dallas, Texas, and I sent an email to the manager, you know, because you cannot drive like this. And again, I'm not doing this like, you know, this is like a totally exceptional occurrence. But why I mention this is because if I would have that dash cam that I just bought, right? So I would be able not to just send a text email, you know, describing things, and of course then, you know, they can believe me, or they can say I'm an idiot, you know. Maybe they will say, hey, this guy doesn't know how to drive, you know, our driver is perfect, you know. But then I would have that video report, and I could show how this guy was going basically into my right side, creating a hazardous situation, you know. So I'm not going to mention the name of the company or the truck number or whatever, but just, guys, be careful when you merge, especially when you see that the ramp is short, because all kinds of things can happen. And this was a 2-lane highway outside of a city, like interstate. I mean, not 2-lane, but on my side it was 2 lanes. So sometimes, you know, even if you want to avoid, you can't, because there's other traffic around you. So what am I supposed to do? Just smack into other cars, push them out of my way because this guy doesn't know how to merge? Anyway, sorry for the long rant, but that's why you need a dash cam. You need a dash cam with a constant power supply so that it works all the time. And I know that this one will have an SD card, so I can just take it out at the end of the day, plug it in. So all I have to figure out is how to deal with that 32 gig of data, because now when I'm recording videos, you know, they can be, I don't know, let's say, you know, 20-30 minutes long, and it's already hard to work with them, because, you know, that's a lot of information for the computer to process. But 32 gigs, I don't know, I'll probably have to make some kind of a notes, you know, like, okay, 4 p.m, you know, just so that I remember which part of the video was interesting, that I can, you know, cut it out and paste it into a little video. So we need this technology. So thanks to Amazon, well, I plan to stop here. I just checked my load. I haven't gotten into the truck stop yet. I want to get some coffee, some snacks, and my next stop is in 2 hours, and the Flying J in Houston. Well, I moved the suction cup on the windshield a little bit, so now it sits, part of it sits on the dashboard, and I hooked up my Panasonic, the heavy one, so maybe it's not gonna vibrate, shake that bad as it did before, when the folding bracket of the suction cup was like basically in the air. So I spent an hour at this Louse, kind of relaxed a little bit. Found a Success magazine from Landstar. Like it was a couple of months old, but there was a story about.
Turn left, West Commerce Street.
There was a story about EOBRs, you know, electronic onboard recorders, and I'm really getting tired of these vapor logs, you know.
Turn left, Interstate 45 southbound.
And they still offer that voluntary program where basically you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay for the actual unit. They kind of rent it to you, and then you just pay
Take the freeway.
the rental charges. Wow, this is quite an entrance. I'm trying to enter Freeway 45 here. And for me, like one big benefit, because I drive legal all the time, you know, I don't cheat on my logbook. Like, what's the point? You know, I don't want to do 600 miles a day because I'm not paid by the mile, right? I'm paid by each load.
Interstate 45 southbound.
So the slower I drive and the less miles I cover, the better for me. So that's not the problem, because some guys say, you know, hey, you know, if you have a EOBR, you'll have to be legal all the time. You know, I don't have a problem with that. Now here's how you merge. You watch your mirrors and you choose your speed so that you don't create a hazardous situation. And then you put your flashes on so that people know behind you that, you know, you're driving slow. And then you accelerate as fast as possible to reach
Interstate 45 southbound.
to reach 50 miles per hour as soon as possible, basically. Well, I'm in the Flying J in Houston, which is exit 64. And the time now is 2 o'clock, and look at this. This is Sunday. I did like a semicircle. I haven't seen a single space. Because sometimes Sundays are actually worse than the middle of the week, because people, you know, they get ready for a Monday delivery, and they just come early, you know, and that's it. And whenever I see a spot, there's a tractor inside, you know, like from the outside it looks like there's nobody there. There's either a tractor or a drop trailer. And I saw this space in the front ahead. I thought that was my lucky day, but that's only for a truck. And I got a trailer. Huh. What do I do now? And you wouldn't believe just what has happened. Jesus, you know, you see all these guys are cruising around, because even at 2 o'clock there's no parking.
Oh, okay.
So I just did one circle and another, you know, and then I was driving like this guy, just close to those trucks, because I thought there might be some parking somewhere here. So right, I was ready to yeah go this way. Yeah, you see, you have to be right there. See, like these guys were talking on the CB, so the red guy called on the CB and said that he was pulling out, and this guy went right in. And the same thing happened to me, basically. I was going like this next to that line of trucks, and I was, you know, didn't see any parking, so I started to turn left where the scales are, and I saw that the turn, you know, was impossible for me to make because of that that trailer there. So I started backing and bringing the truck closer to where I'm sitting now, towards this, you know, side, so that I can make that turn. And then I'm backing, you know, away from here, like the way my camera is moving now. and all of a sudden I see a truck pulling out. It was like a big reefer sitting, and my radio was shut off. See, and that's one thing that you have to keep your CB on when you cruise in a busy parking lot, because sometimes people, you know, call and say, hey, who needs a parking? You know, I do that sometimes myself, and probably this guy was calling, I don't know, but he was just gesturing to me through the window, basically, just wait, I'm leaving. And I saw that, and then I just went forward towards the scale again, and back from the blind side. So that's when you need to know your backing, because sometimes you have to move quickly. And it took me a couple of attempts, but I managed. And thanks to this guy here, he's doing something on his on his truck. Yeah, I think I see it's a flatbed guy. See there in the mirror? I think he was fixing his tarp or something. So he started waving me and, you know, basically directing me, you know, how to back. And pretty quickly I was boom, and I'm in the parking lot. And this, like, it's a huge truck stop, but you know, on Sunday, what is it, 2:20 p.m. fully booked. Now, Australian guys that are watching this, see this Kenworth in front of me? Check out the size of the sleeper. There's you don't see these often, because normally sleepers are like this size. You see, like this Columbia here? That's standard, 72 inches. Or like this Schneider next to me, right? Or like my truck. But some guys, you know, some of them like sell their houses and shit like that. You know, they basically live in the truck, and they build a custom sleeper like this. See, this guy has air conditioning there. What is it? There's some kind of satellite thing, but they have TVs. You know, everything. They have showers, bathrooms, and that's like 100, and I forgot what the size is, but these things are huge. Of course, the wheelbase of this truck, you know, he would never be able to go to Canada probably. Anyway, so this is a happy ending to day 9. Oops, day 9 of my travels. So I'm in Houston. Can relax now, do my IFTA report, prepare. That just drives me nuts. So that's why I'm thinking of signing up for that EOBR, because then all those mileage reports are submitted automatically, and the best part is you don't even have to submit logs, because right now at the end of each trip I have to scan them with my scanner and submit them. And then if they find a mistake, you know, they do internal audits all the time. So if they find a mistake, they call you or email you, hey, you have to correct this, you know, send us back the logs. It's like lots of headaches, you know. With the EOBR, you 100% legal all the time, no mistakes, no math errors. You don't have to deal with that pencil, you know, in poor lighting conditions. So I don't know if they still have that offer, you know, where you don't have to pay for the actual EOBR. I think I'll go for it. Here's another guy just looking for a spot, and that's actually a big problem in trucking, you know, near a big city, and that's why I was in such a rush to get here on time, is because of this.
What's up?
There's a total lack of space. What I don't like about this particular flying J is that there's a whole bunch of people now.
Doing all right, man?
Now later in the day, they'll be walking around. You know, you see those guys there? Basically offering their services. Oh, okay, would you like us to polish your wheels or stuff like that? Oh, do you have a couple of, you know, maybe do you have a quarter or spare change? You know. Yeah, they don't look like hookers, so. No, basically, yeah, these are guys that try to make a buck on a trucking stop, or they will be walking around trying, hey, I got a, you know, big screen TV, or I have this, I have that, and sometimes it just, you know, you shut your door, and if it's a night, you shut down the light, and that's the best protection from these kind of offers. Or there'll be a truck, you know, cruising around with used tires, and they knock on every truck's door. Hey, do you need tires? And if you say no, they take off your tires. Well, thanks for watching. This is for me day 9. We'll deliver tomorrow in the Port of Houston.